What's up, guys? It is Thursday, October 23rd. It's 12:47 p.m. and this is going to be another brief crypto update, and I'm going to be recording that longer update of the macro, and that will be out later today. So right now Bitcoin is at 109,930, about to crack 110,000. We're going to see here if this is signs in the short term of a recovery. So let's get into it. Let's go to the daily chart, because one thing we're tracking here is the 1 day buy now signal, and it is not flashed yet, but we're holding the 1 day 200 moving averages here. We're holding the recent lows from back on October 18th, and right now it looks like today's been a solid day trying to press up, but we got a little more that we need to see. So looking on the 12-hour chart, I covered yesterday that we got that buy now signal. Usually we don't just go up right away. We'll pull back a little bit and then the move will start to go. We need to see that momentum continue on the 12-hour if we're going to see that 1 day buy now flash. And we're getting some good signs at the moment. You can see that stock RSI has on the 12-hour crossed back up. We're above that 50 line, and you can see the TSI was about to cross down, saved itself, and now it's starting to poke its head up and move to the upside. We're still below the zero line though in the TSI. So of course we got some more work to do, but good sign as far as a recovery goes. As you can see, like back here, late September, we had the cross up right around the same area in the TSI levels. This time it was more of a straight shoot. This kind of had to pop up, come back down, and now it looks like we might get ready to poke our head up for more continuation. But we need to see that 12-hour TSI get above the zero line for a sustained move. And if we look at the MACD, we're starting to get rising green bars there, which is solid. And looking at the RSI, we're still a bit below that 50 line. We'd want to get above that orange line there, the 50, to see more continuation as well. And the pink is actually below the blue right now. So we're still in kind of this indecision. We want to see the pink come up here, cross above the blue come down, and we'll see the bulls take over in the short to medium term if that's the case. So that's what we need to see out of Bitcoin. If we were to roll over, we need to absolutely hold in the immediate short term like 107,000. We don't want to break back down below this market structure ribbon on the 12-hour chart, which is currently around like 106,000. That's the key level. And then as you can see here too, if I put a horizontal line, you can see that wick on the crime event came down to like 106. That would be the level that we need to hold, 106,000 for Bitcoin if we were to pull back down. We want to see that hold. If not, we could see more downside. Likely it would be around 103 to 100,000, which in my opinion would be a must hold level for the macro structure. But as you can see, we're at 110,000 right now. We're going to find some resistance around like 112,000 to 113,000. But getting above and holding candle body closes above there and getting above 115,000, that will change the structure for sure. And we'll likely see that momentum change on the 1 day chart. And we'll be able to see that TSI cross up and then that stock RSI, which is already crossed, but get above the 50 line, and that MACD will cross. And then hopefully we could see that RSI get above that 50 line on the 1 day chart as well too, and the pink and the blue cross. So far so good in the short term. In the medium term, we're still stuck in an indecision. In the macro picture, it's not looking good as far as the indicators go, but we'll go over that in the longer video. But the short term is showing signs of it trying to recover, and if we're going to change the macro picture, the short term is where it's going to originate at. So far so good there. And as you can see, these yellow squares here at the bottom, that signifies concern, fear in the market. As you can see, if we go back to past times where there was a yellow at the bottom here, I'll hide these other indicators so you can see it better. You can see that back here in late February, March of 2025, we had yellow. So that was this period where Bitcoin and the terrorist things were happening around 80K. And then we had it flash again at yellow early April when it was around 75K. And then before that, if we take a look, we had it a few times back in 2024 in early July when Bitcoin is at 55K. And then we even got some orange in here with the yellow back August, the wickening event of August 2024. When Bitcoin hit lower 50K, and then again in September of 2024, and those were bottoming points. This was a bottoming point. If we go back to even further, other times we were yellow, August of 2023, bottoming point, October of 2023, bottoming point, a couple times in October, bottoming points right there. Even further, you can see that we had yellow and red, orange right here at the bear market bottom of November 2022. So only a few times in the past during this whole bull run have we flashed yellow, and those were bottoming points. We got one, Oh, right here on that March 2023 like banking crisis or something with USDC, I think. No, I think it was the banking crisis. A couple banks collapsed. We had yellow bottoming point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're on the 12th time this bull market in the past basically 2.5 years. And it remains to be unseen whether this is going to be a bottoming point. But right now, we're starting to push out 110,317 at this moment. We're starting to actually push pretty good right now. So this very well could be another bottoming point before ultimately those blow off tops. So where we're at right now, critical. If we can recover, and the faster the better, so we can see those blow off tops by the end of this year instead of this being elongated or potentially becoming a bear market. So far, so good in the immediate short term as far as Bitcoin goes. Tomorrow we have, I believe, CPI. So let's see here. Inflation data coming out on Friday. That's definitely going to move the market. So that's tomorrow. And then actually next week on Wednesday, we have an FOMC meeting, which the probability of a rate cut is very likely. So you have that coming next week, as well as now it's the 23rd, as I said in the last video, from the 18th to 23rd, usually it's like a reset period. So hopefully that was it as far as the correction, which really started back about 13 days ago. We could see these next 2 weeks be a trend shift where we could see in the next 2 weeks a move to the upside now. So that's where we're at. That's the data coming out this week and next week heading into the end of this month, and Bitcoin in the immediate short to medium term. Now let's go into Bitcoin dominance. Actually, one thing I covered in the video yesterday was USDT dominance. So we wanted to see this get back into the belly of the beast because we had said back here in April 2025, that was the last time we poked our head out. But when we came back in, that was the bottom of Bitcoin back here in April, back here, right at this moment. And we did it again. So you can see that. Where is it here? We poked our head out. We wicked out on the crime event. And then recently, this past week, we've had some bodies close above. Now we're starting to dip our toes back into the beast. So far, so good as far as more signs that this could definitely be bottoming right now for crypto with this USDT dominance coming down. But we need to see follow through. We need to see this get sucked into the beast, and we don't want to see consecutive weeks above the belly of the beast. It won't be good. So that's that. If we look at the momentum, 3-day starting to come down, not quite there yet with the momentum. The 2-day is looking like it's starting to roll over. You can see the last time we saw a cross down on the 2-day with the stock RSI was late September, which was right here. So that was a bottom in late September right here where we had that 12-hour buy now signal. You can see that 12-hour buy now came in late September. At the same time, we saw USDT dominance on the 2-day stock RSI come down. And we saw most recently a couple days ago on the 20th, 12-hour buy now came in on Bitcoin, and we're looking like we're about to cross down on the 2-day chart for the stock RSI for USDT dominance. So multiple things aligning there as far as a potential Bitcoin bottom. So that's that. Looking at the total crypto market cap, we're on the 1-day chart. So holding the critical 200 moving averages there on the 1-day. I had said in the last video that we had one move down, second move down. This was our third move down, getting that bounce. So far, so good. What I'd like to see in the immediate short term is for us to come up and break above this downward sloping trendline resistance, which would be getting us, we would need to get above like $3.75 trillion. Oh, and by the way, today, CZ from Binance got pardoned by Trump, which in my opinion is a crime in itself, but that's another story. That could be why the market's starting to pump from that as well too. Also, KETA starting to recover well, getting listed on Coinbase. That's probably why that's pumping as well too. KETA, undercover gem. I'll do a separate 2025 price prediction video on that. But nonetheless, looking good on total crypto market cap. Looking at the 1-day chart, if you look at the momentum, it's going to look just like Bitcoin, and the same things that we need to see happen with Bitcoin, we need to see happen with the total crypto market cap. Looking at Ethereum, looking pretty solid right now. We're getting that bounce where we needed it. If we take a look, we're looking at the 3-day chart, I believe. We didn't want to see it cross down below the zero line on the TSI. So like the last video I had said, we need to bounce ASAP. We need to see an immediate recovery and a sharp one to avoid us crossing down below the zero line in the TSI. And this could be the start of it. As far as this move today, you can see that wick, we came down to touch that 786 from the bull market top. that we had in 2021 to the bear market bottom that we had in 2023, we're still holding above the key level at 3,718. So even though things are brutal, it feels like it, and it has been, we're still holding macro key levels for some of these blue chips like Ethereum, like Bitcoin. So all is not lost here as far as that goes. So looking at others to Bitcoin, as far as altcoins outperforming Bitcoin, we covered in the last video that we're at this 786 sandwich and we need to hold it if we want to see altcoins start to really pick back up here. And so far, so good. We're holding this fib sandwich here on the 786s. I really don't want to see us break down below that. We have 3-day prepare to buy soon, 2-day prepare to buy soon, 1-day prepare to buy soon. As you can see here, back, same thing, like late June of 2025, we had a 1-day prepare to buy soon. You can see we didn't have a 2-day, but we had a 3-day prepare to buy soons there as well too. We got that buy now, and we all know what happened in July. We flew. So same thing happening here in present day. In October, we have a 3-day prepare to buy soon, 2-day prepare to buy soon, 1-day prepare to buy soon. We can see that 1-day buy now come in. It's very likely altcoins are going to start to take over and catch back up and recover quicker. And as you can see, the 1-day TSI, we had that low, and on that crime event, we came up, tried to cross. It's been taking some time. And now it looks like we're getting close to potential cross up here. And as you can see, the past times where we bottomed out against others, against Bitcoin, we've done this whole year basically when we bottomed. Like April, we had our low, we came up, came back down again, and then we went. That was the April lows. And then June, we had our low, came up one more time, and then we went. And right now, October, we had our low, came up, came down one more time, and then likely here we go. This could be the start of the grand recovery. So yeah, I mean, although things have been bleak, they've been bleak, and they still could be, we're showing some signs in at least the short term to medium term that we could see a recovery bounce here pretty soon, hopefully to end off this month so we can kind of recover some of these monthly candles here. But that's that. That's a little update briefly on some of those key drivers. I'm still going to be doing a longer video covering the macro charts on the key drivers plus individual altcoins like XRP, XLM, HBAR, Flare, etc. So that will be released later today. So that's going to be it. I'll see you guys in the Discord. Link is in the bio for that, and I'll see you guys in the next video.